Welcome to KD Trends. This week we have Saskia, the founder of iFab. She has been the backbone of innovation in fashion industry over the last 1 year and have been helping a lot of technologies or a lot of companies who are trying to embrace digital technologies in their businesses. What are the current trends or what are the digital trends that are currently taking place in Australia in terms of fashion technology?
So in Australia specifically, there are a few that are being implemented currently by big retailers such as RFID technology, and that's where a chip is inserted into the swing tags of garments, and you're able to, as a retailer, get a better understanding of what stock is on the floor, how it's performing, and also when it comes to stock take, you don't need as many resources to do that kind of work. What would take a team perhaps 2 days for a big retailer can be cut down to one person in a matter of hours.
Oh wow.
In addition to RFID technology, we're looking at AR and VR technologies to enhance the customer experience, as well as artificial intelligence for personalisation, and then deeper learning algorithms to provide more dynamic product recommendations as you're shopping online and in store.
Talking about trending technologies like AR, VR, and AI, how are Australian companies innovating in this space? Because we see Australia being a little far behind other countries when it comes to UK or US, adapting these technologies or those sort of companies being originated from Australia. Are there any good innovation happening in Australia in that space?
I would say that Australians are terrific at innovating and finding solutions to big global problems. Some of the startups that are doing these things are 3D interactive technology. So there's a startup where you're able to get a 3D capture of a person, and then that is applied to a photorealistic avatar, and the garment that is photographed is actually a photorealistic garment of that designer's. So people shopping online are able to get a better understanding of what it looks like when you click around on that garment, but also when it comes to fit. And then on the other side of things, there's another startup who is targeting specifically that fit problem. So as a consumer, you put in your measurements and you will get a product recommendation on that retailer's website to say, Saskia, you usually shop for a size 8 blouse, but for this brand, you're a size 10. So then I'm better educated on what products will fit me based on my measurements. And then that will in turn reduce what I send back to the retailer.
That's great. This is almost like ecosystem coming together to solve the problem.
Folly is actually the first retailer to roll out magic mirrors in store.
Right.
So this is really exciting, especially for Australia, and I'm so proud that a retailer can actually say they're the first to introduce one of these new and emerging technologies, especially in physical stores.
It's good that fashion labels in Australia or born in Australia are taking this initiative.
Absolutely,
to make this change, because technology is currently changing so much, including you're hearing things like blockchain. Not too sure by when it's going to be mainstream. But what do you think? What's your take on blockchain being used in the fashion industry right now?
In fashion specifically, we're looking at it being applied to sustainable practice, so a more transparent supply chain.
Absolutely.
And also the luxury area. So when it comes to authentication of your goods, blockchain is a really good technology to use.
Where are you trying to take iFab, and what sort of things are you trying to further solve the problems in the fashion industry?
So the problem I found initially was a lack of community when it came to connecting people in business and technology to those in fashion. So I really wanted to be part of a conversation that allowed these people to collaborate and talk about ideas, problems within fashion, and look at ways that they can overcome that, either through connecting them with startups or learning more about the challenges within a fashion business. So for me, iFab really exists to keep that conversation going, but then further those connections globally.